Hey everyone, it's Hayes, and in today's video we're going to be discussing some theories and ideas I have about what Gabriel might be planning to do to Marinette, because we all know this man is getting increasingly annoyed with a 14-year-old girl, which is totally normal and healthy to do. However, before I go any further, I haven't read the show Bible or seen the leaks, so if you already know all of the different ways Daddy Agrast is planning to throw Marinette off the Eiffel Tower, I'd really appreciate it if you kept it to yourself. As much as I enjoy making these theory videos to discuss what I think could happen in the show, I actually don't want to know the answer until the show tells us in whatever episode the answer is in. I don't mind waiting, so if you already know the answer, go and tell your mum instead. And also, this video will contain spoilers for all episodes aired so far. I know some of you are waiting for Kwame's Choice to air before watching episode 12, as well as 16 and 18, you're waiting for the ones in between, but I will be talking about all the episodes that have currently aired, so if you haven't seen all those other extra episodes, I would consider not watching this video. So before we get into the ideas I have, let's talk about how Gabriel and Marinette's relationship has progressed thus far in the show. And for the most part, it's been largely neutral. Marinette won the hat competition and Mr. Pigeon, and he showed mild content in response to that. And she also stole the grimoire from Adrian in Volpina, and she returned it to Pappy Aggressive. But that didn't really taint his view of her. His opinion of her, in my opinion, didn't really change until about season 3. Not particularly sure what episode, it's just kind of a sudden thing that happens, which was due to Lila, who seems to have told him that Marinette is a bad influence on his son. And why he cares what one 14-year-old girl thinks about another 14-year-old girl is completely beyond me, but he does, to the point where he's like, time to akumatize. It doesn't work, and his hostility towards Marinette has only risen this season, which seems largely down to her and Adrian having started dating, and he is attempting to split them up through using Kagami's feelings, not that Kagami is aware of that. Again, why he cares so much, I'm not completely sure, but I think it's possibly due to Senti Monster stuff, and what he's promised to Miss Tsurugi. That's assuming they're both Senti, of course, which I do think they are, and before anyone says, oh, I don't think they're Senti, Hayes, because I don't want them to be, I hope your ambition in life is not to be a lawyer. Can you imagine you're stood in court and you say, Judge, Your Honour, I do not believe my client is a murderer because I don't want them to be, and the judge is like, yeah, I can totally see your point, case dismissed. I am sorry, but your feelings aren't a valid argument against the stacks of evidence for the Senti Monster theory. Anyway, as for Ladybug, not that Gabriel Babes is aware they are the same person, Gabriel hates her even more this season, and honestly it does seem he'll stop at nothing to win, as long as he also gets revenge on her, as evolution and destruction have shown just how deranged he's becoming and his motivation is becoming twisted. So now let's talk theories. His goal in life at the moment seems to be breaking Marinette and his son up, which is a bold and creative path he's taken for himself, but he's got this far with that awful haircut, so maybe it's me who's doing something wrong. And he's going to attempt to use Kagami against them to break them up. And knowing this man and how heckin' desperate he is to akumatize Marinette, like Gabriel, this obsession is weird. She is a child and she is your son's girlfriend. Please go for some therapy. But he will probably try and use how sad Marinette will be if they break up to akumatize her, like in Cat Bang. But as he said in Ladybug, he knows Marinette's emotions are strong, and if she's sad enough, he will totally try to akumatize her. However, even though Marinette also does not remember the events that led up to Cat Blanc, she knows she absolutely cannot be akumatized. Elation was a pretty close call, so I'm pretty sure she's going to be trying really, really hard not to be akumatized if she and Adrian break up. So, failing akumatizing her, I think Gabriel Babes could actually resort to kidnapping / hurting Marinette. Now, I know a lot of you be like, whoa, Hayes, calm down. This is a kids show. And yes, you are correct, but we've all seen the tone change more this season, and I do feel like something along these lines, as long as it was kept quite mild, you know, I'm not talking about anything serious here, I think it could happen. Like, I'm not suggesting he's gonna torture the girl, like, calm down. But anyway, as we saw in Destruction with him in Marinette's bedroom, he's obviously not above threatening children, and he wants revenge now. And as he said recently,
Eu estou cansado dessa Marinette do Pen Sheng. Ela está começando a me atrapalhar tanto quanto a Ladybug.
He wants Marinette out of the way just as much as he wants Ladybug out of the way. So I think he could take her, and at the end of the relation he does say,
That Noir has feelings for Marinette Dupan Chang. I don't know to what extent, but they exist. And they're a weakness that I intend to exploit and put an end to Ladybug.
I think this could be part of the plan to see how Cat Noir will react to Marinette being hurt, and he plans on pitting Marinette and Ladybug against each other to see who Cat Noir will save. Now, obviously, Ladybug will not turn up, so I think Gabriel could cast an illusion of her to see what Cat Noir will do. And Marinette will hopefully be able to convince Cat Noir that Ladybug isn't real, because how could she be? I feel like this situation would take place before the identity reveal, and even if Cat Noir does believe that Ladybug is real, I feel like he would put the life of a civilian above another hero, because Marinette has nothing to protect herself with. Ladybug does. Furthermore, he's also Adrian, he's in love with Marinette, and furthermore, even if they weren't dating, she's also one of his best friends and one of his classmates, so I feel like he would still prioritise Marinette and save her. Now, how would all of that affect Adrian and Marinette's relationship? Ali would probably be filming something like this, and if she's not, Nadia will be. And I think Gabriel might be like pretending to be concerned, be like, oh Adrian, look at this thing, I think Marinette might have feelings for Cat Noir, and get him to watch it. But obviously, Adrian is Cat Noir. He will have little to no reaction to it other than being worried about Marinette's safety. But could this make Gabriel suspicious of Adrian's identity? Now, I know Adrian did unknowingly successfully convince his dad he wasn't Cat Noir in Godzilla, but Gabriel has now 3 times managed to hide his identity and akumatize himself. I would like for someone to eventually realise that because they have managed to convince others they aren't the hero or a villain or whatever, that perhaps the others have also managed to do it. Like, Marinette's done it several times now, Adrian's done it a couple of times. Like, come on! Either way, this does not make the couple break up, and I don't think they will through this method anyway. If Adrian and Marinette are going to break up, I feel like they actually might break up post-identity reveal. This is not the video to discuss this, but if they're going to break up, I feel like it'll be due to that, not due to Gabriel or Kagami. And I don't think he will succeed, but I do think he will get close. Even though Protection ends with sad Adrianette in emotion 2 episodes later, Adrian and Marinette almost kiss, and their relationship seems to be going really well. Something obviously happens in episode 17 to really solidify this, which is possibly due to Kagami. I feel emotion shows how much Kagami loves Marinette, and while Kagami loves Adrian too, I think she will be very sad to know Marinette and Adrian broke up for her. Even though she loves him, she can't be with him since he loves Marinette, so what would be the point of them breaking up? In my opinion, she wouldn't want that and would actually encourage them to be together, despite how hard it may be for her. So Gabriel's plan to use Kagami won't work in my opinion. So what's the point of this video then? If Gabriel won't succeed in breaking Adrian and Marinette up for his own means, then what do I think his attempts will cause? Hopefully it'll cause Nathalie to slam him against another piece of furniture, but failing that, just Nathalie in general. We know in Protection she gave Adrian a counter order to ask Marinette over, and in Emotion she told Gabriel babes that Adrian can love whoever he wants. I think Gabriel from this point on will try his best to hide all of these actions from her, but when she finds out, because this is not an if, this is Nathalie, she will find out and she won't be happy. Adrian is like a son to her and she won't let this go unpunished. I doubt she'll tell Adrian or anyone else that Gabriel babes is Monarch Daddy, despite her threat in Passion. It would completely ruin Adrian's life and his mental state, and Nathalie wants to protect him. But do I think that Nathalie could turn Adrian against his dad? Absolutely. I think she's going to tell him that his dad has tried to break him and Marinette up, and to prove just how much a waste of space his dad is, she will finally tell Adrian about the scarf. That's right, besties, the scarf from the bubbler back in season 1. Marinette made it for Adrian for his birthday, but Nathalie forgot to get a present for Adrian from Gabriel, so she used the scarf and Marinette never told Adrian it was from her. And I have been waiting for them to revisit it, assuming they do. I know it was technically Nathalie's fault, but at the end of the day, Gabriel should be the one putting some more thought into his son's birthday present and ordering it himself, for God's sake. It shows just how much he doesn't care about Adrian, and shows how much Marinette does care about him, because she kept it a secret when she saw how happy Adrian was to think his dad got this for him. There's also the charms, and I'm sure Adrian can think of plenty of things Marinette has done for him that his dad hasn't, and it will keep the couple together properly. And by the time Gabriel is hopefully revealed as Monarch to Adrian and Marinette by the end of this season, Adrian's trauma will hopefully be lessened as he's managed to distance himself from his dad after the other things he has done, not including the Monarch stuff. So the moral of the story is, do not mess with Adrian and Marinette's relationship if there is a Nathalie around. I need to get me a Nathalie, I swear to God, I love her so much. That's basically what I think is going to happen. Gabriel is going to try and break them up because he hates Marinette that much, but it's not going to work, and then he's going to try and get Cat Noir to break them up, but it still doesn't work, and then Nathalie. Oh, my, Nathalie, I swear to God. I'm calling it now, MVP of this season. Honestly, I think I just want a spin-off show about Nathalie at this point. But anyway, besties, that's what I think is going to happen with Gabriel and Marinette. I'd love to know about your theories, what's going to happen with the Adrianette in this season, and just Gabriel at large, and also Nathalie at large. I'm always down to talk about Nathalie. Even if you don't have any theories about her, just some Nathalie simping in the comments, I'd be down for. But I'd love to know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one.